The Wealth Paradox. Why Quiet Money Wins When Flashy Spending Fails. Written by Ronnie Rowland. Published by Growth Literacy Lounge. Introduction. Have you ever wondered why the loudest voices in the room often go broke while the quietest ones quietly build fortunes that last? If you've ever felt trapped by the endless cycle of spending to keep up with appearances, or wondered why some people seem to accumulate wealth effortlessly while others fall behind, this book holds the answers you've been searching for. At the heart of the wealth paradox is a revolutionary idea: true wealth doesn't scream for attention, it whispers. The people who quietly accumulate wealth, live below their means, and strategically invest in the long game are the ones who find real financial freedom. This book will reveal why the noise of flashy spending is a distraction from the real path to success, and how you can use simple, quiet strategies to achieve the life of freedom you've always wanted. You're about to embark on a journey that will transform your relationship with money. Here, you'll learn not only how to make and multiply your money but, more importantly, how to keep it and grow it in ways that align with your values, not societal pressure. Whether you're just starting your financial journey or you're tired of chasing temporary wealth, this book offers a roadmap to lasting prosperity. Imagine this: a life where your financial decisions are driven by what truly matters to you, not by the constant need to prove yourself to others. If you're ready to stop listening to the noise and start building a financial future that offers real freedom and security, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, consider the wisdom of one of history's most renowned thinkers. As the philosopher Epictetus once said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This book will show you why that truth holds more power than ever in today's world. Now, let's begin the journey to true financial independence, quietly, steadily, and effectively. We've observed that 65% of our viewers haven't yet subscribed to our channel. We invite you to support us by clicking the subscribe button and liking this video and comment below. Your encouragement inspires us to continue creating valuable content for you. Thank you for being a part of our community and fueling our passion for sharing insights and knowledge. Chapter 1. The Hidden Power of Financial Discipline. Without discipline, every dollar earned is a dollar wasted. Have you ever wondered why some people, despite making a modest income, seem to always have financial stability, while others with hefty salaries are constantly in debt? The secret ingredient is financial discipline, something more powerful than any paycheck or investment tip you'll ever get. Imagine this: every dollar you earn is a seed. If you plant it in fertile ground, water it, and wait, it will grow into something much greater. But if you spend that seed without thought, it's gone forever, never having the chance to grow into something more. Financial discipline is the act of planting, nurturing, and protecting each dollar, making sure it grows into something that can provide for you far beyond today. Financial discipline is not about deprivation, it's about freedom. When you discipline yourself to save before spending, to live below your means, and to make intentional decisions, you start creating a buffer, a safety net. This buffer is what stands between you and those moments of panic when life throws unexpected expenses your way. It's what turns an ordinary income into extraordinary financial security. The silent struggle. Why most fail at discipline. So why is it that so many people struggle to be disciplined with their finances? The problem often lies in how we view money. We live in a world that glorifies immediate gratification. Ads tell us we need the latest gadgets, bigger homes, and flashier cars, convincing us that we deserve to treat ourselves. And while there's nothing wrong with enjoying the fruits of your labor, the line between wise spending and reckless indulgence is thin and often blurred. True financial discipline requires resisting those pressures, saying no not because you can't afford it, but because you understand the bigger picture. It means valuing what's truly important: stability, peace of mind, and the freedom to make choices without being bound by financial chains. When you see someone who's built a quiet wealth, often it's because they mastered the art of restraint. They chose to save instead of splurge, to invest instead of indulge. They understood that the comfort of tomorrow is built by the discipline of today. Think of financial discipline as a muscle. It takes effort to build, but once it's strong, it serves you for a lifetime. This muscle gives you the power to decide where your life is headed. It allows you to say yes to opportunities and no to pressures that don't align with your values. Imagine the freedom of not worrying about an emergency car repair or a sudden medical bill. Imagine the power of being able to walk away from a job that doesn't fulfill you because you have the financial resources to do so. That is the freedom that financial discipline brings. Practical steps to build financial discipline. 1. Track your spending. Awareness is the foundation of discipline. For the next month, write down every expense, no exceptions. You'll likely be surprised at how much money leaks through unnoticed purchases. 2. Set a savings target. Start with a specific percentage of your income that you save before anything else. The idea isn't about saving what's left after spending, but about spending what's left after saving. 3. Delay gratification. Before making a significant purchase, give yourself 48 hours to think about it. Many times, the urge to buy fades, and you find it wasn't that important after all. Why discipline matters. Discipline isn't just a financial skill, it's a life philosophy. It teaches you patience, foresight, and the ability to think beyond the moment. It's the realization that each decision you make has a consequence, and that building wealth is more about those small, daily choices than it is about one big event. Now that you understand the foundation of wealth building through financial discipline, let's look at why keeping your financial growth private might be one of the smartest moves you can make. In the next chapter, we'll uncover the surprising reasons why the best money moves are often the quietest and how privacy can protect and multiply your wealth. Quote, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment." Jim Rohn. Chapter 2. Quiet Wealth. Why the best money moves are made in silence. True wealth whispers while poverty shouts. Picture this: a wealthy person driving an ordinary car, wearing simple clothes and quietly going about their day, compared to someone else flaunting the latest sports car, flashy jewelry, and a luxury lifestyle they can barely afford. Who would you rather be? True wealth doesn't need to shout. It moves quietly, with confidence, without seeking validation from others. This chapter is about the power of keeping your financial growth private. It's about why the richest and most financially secure individuals often avoid the spotlight, and how maintaining privacy over your financial life can help you avoid unnecessary pitfalls. The power of financial privacy. We live in a world where sharing every detail of our lives is encouraged. Social media is flooded with posts of fancy dinners, luxury vacations, and newly bought gadgets. But what if I told you that keeping your finances private is one of the best strategies for building lasting wealth? Why? Because when you publicly display your financial success, you invite opinions, judgment, and even potential risks. The truth is, most people who boast about their wealth are more interested in impressing others than they are in preserving and growing that wealth. Quiet wealth isn't about secrecy for its own sake, it's about control and protection. When fewer people know the specifics of your finances, you're less likely to face pressures from family members, friends, or even acquaintances who might have an agenda. You're less exposed to others' judgments about how you should be spending, donating, or investing your hard-earned money. Imagine you've just received a significant bonus or profit from an investment. If everyone knows, suddenly you might find relatives with urgent needs approaching you for loans, or friends inviting you to expensive activities, assuming you can easily afford it. The more visible your financial success, the more people feel entitled to it. Even worse, the wrong people might target you for scams or exploitation. Quiet wealth allows you to sidestep all these complications. It allows you to make financial decisions based on what aligns with your values and goals, not someone else's expectations. There's another layer to this. When wealth becomes an identity, it can drive a person to spend on things that reinforce that image, often at the cost of long-term financial security. Privacy, on the other hand, allows you to focus on what matters: growth, security, and the freedom that wealth provides without constantly feeling the need to prove yourself to others. The lesson from high net worth individuals. Take a lesson from some of the world's wealthiest people. They quietly accumulate wealth, build legacies, and support charitable causes, often without drawing attention. The most successful people you meet may appear to live an ordinary life, but their financial power is far from ordinary. The key difference? They don't make a show of their wealth. Instead, they practice financial discretion, knowing that wealth is best used quietly, purposefully, and without unnecessary risk. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world, is known for his simple lifestyle. He's lived in the same house for decades and avoids flaunting his wealth. By staying under the radar, he protects both his peace of mind and his finances from the complications that often come with visibility. Practical steps for maintaining financial privacy. 1. Limit your discussions about money when talking with friends or family. Avoid details about your income, bonuses, investments, or net worth. It's enough for people to know you're doing well without providing specifics. 2. Modesty in lifestyle. You don't need to drive the newest car or buy the biggest house just because you can afford it. Staying modest allows you to avoid attention and retain more of your money for investments and future goals. 3. Select trusted advisors wisely. Not everyone needs to know about your finances. Trusted advisors, those with professional expertise and a vested interest in your success, are the only people who should know the details of your financial matters. Keeping your finances private gives you a unique kind of freedom. Freedom from judgment, freedom from unsolicited advice, and freedom from the pressure to live up to an image that isn't true to you. By making your wealth quiet, you retain control over your financial decisions, pursue goals on your own terms, and shield yourself from those who may not have your best interests at heart. Wealth, at its core, is personal. It's about the choices you can make for your family, for your future, and for your fulfillment. When you make your wealth about impressing others, you stop making it about yourself. Remember, wealth is a tool for freedom, not a badge of honor that must be displayed. Think about the satisfaction that comes from knowing you've made smart financial decisions, not because someone congratulated you on Instagram, but because you know you're taking care of your future. The real success lies in having the freedom to make choices without worrying about external validation. That's the ultimate power of quiet wealth. Now that you understand why financial privacy is a key ingredient to building lasting wealth, the next question is, who should you listen to when it comes to money? In the next chapter, we'll explore how to choose the right mentors and why the wrong financial advice can cost you more than just money. Quote, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Epictetus. Chapter 3. Mentorship. The Quiet Guide to Wealth. Taking advice from the wrong person can cost you more than just money. When it comes to building wealth, who you listen to is everything. Every piece of financial advice you hear has the power to either elevate you or set you back by years. So how do you know which voices to trust? How can you discern between well-intentioned but misguided advice and wisdom that will truly lead you to financial independence? The truth is, not all advice is created equal, and not everyone who offers financial guidance should be listened to. The wrong advice can cost you more than just money. It can take your time, drain your energy, and even derail your confidence in making good financial choices. This chapter is about how to filter through the noise, identify the right mentors, and learn from the people who have achieved results you aspire to emulate. Picture this scenario: a friend, who has been struggling with debt for years, advises you to buy now, pay later, because that's how they've been getting by. Or perhaps a relative insists that real estate is a sure bet, because that's what worked for them in the past, even though times have drastically changed. How many times have we taken financial advice from people who aren't actually where we want to be financially? One of the biggest pitfalls on the road to wealth is following the guidance of those who are well-meaning but misguided. It's easy to fall into the trap of listening to those who care about us, assuming their advice must be good because they're family or friends. However, just because someone loves you does not mean they are qualified to give financial advice. The best way to filter advice is to look at the results that person has achieved. If their financial life is something you don't wish to emulate, if they are perpetually in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, or making financial decisions based on fear or impulse, then that is advice best left ignored. What makes a great mentor? The right mentor is someone who has walked the path ahead of you and has arrived at a destination that you, too, aspire to reach. They understand both the struggles and the strategies required to build wealth over time. These mentors are the ones who have consistently demonstrated wise money management, made smart investments, and achieved a level of financial freedom that inspires you. A great mentor. 1. Leads by example. They live a life of financial discipline and freedom that reflects the principles they teach. 2. Practices what they preach. They share strategies they have used themselves, not just abstract concepts. 3. Avoids flash and hype. True mentors focus on long-term value rather than quick wins. They aren't about showing off wealth, but rather about building something sustainable. You'll often find these mentors in unexpected places. They might not be the ones boasting about their investments or luxury cars. Instead, they're the ones who have quietly accumulated assets, planned for the future, and live comfortably without needing to prove their wealth to anyone. So how do you find these mentors? The key is to be intentional in your search for people who live by the principles you admire. Start by looking within your own network. Who do you know that has consistently made smart financial decisions? Who has maintained financial stability even through life's ups and downs? It might be a family member, a community leader, or even a colleague who lives well within their means and has accumulated quiet wealth over time. Mentorship doesn't always have to be direct. Books by successful investors, online courses by financial experts, or seminars led by seasoned professionals can all serve as sources of mentorship. Look for those whose philosophy resonates with the principles you're learning: deliberate, disciplined, and values-driven approaches to finance. Common knowledge is one of the biggest obstacles to true wealth building. The advice that everyone knows is often the least valuable because it's too generic or outdated to make a meaningful impact. Examples include buying a house is always a good investment, or you must go to college to succeed financially. While these can be true in some circumstances, the world is constantly changing, and wealth-building strategies must adapt accordingly. Blindly following generic advice can put you in the same financial trap as everyone else: high debt, limited cash flow, and missed opportunities. Instead, great mentors teach you to think critically, to question, and to find strategies that make sense for your unique financial situation. They'll encourage you to understand your own risk tolerance, your long-term goals, and to make decisions based on sound analysis rather than blindly following the crowd. Learning from exceptional mentors. Mentors who have intentionally achieved wealth do more than provide advice, they provide a mindset. They understand the nuances of risk, the importance of patience, and the need to detach from emotional decision-making when it comes to finances. They can show you the value of calculated risk, the importance of perseverance, and how true wealth comes not from chasing money, but from creating value in a sustainable way. Take the example of someone like Warren Buffett. He didn't amass wealth by following the hype or getting rich quickly. Instead, he followed principles that required patience, careful analysis, and a deep understanding of value. He learned from mentors like Benjamin Graham, who taught him about value investing and discipline. The best mentors are those who help you cultivate a mindset that is focused, calm, and consistent. Practical steps to find and learn from mentors. 1. Evaluate their financial journey. Before considering someone a mentor, assess if their financial journey aligns with your goals. Have they achieved the stability and independence you desire? 2. Look for values alignment. Great mentors don't just provide financial advice, they reflect the values you hold dear. They build wealth in a way that respects both people and principles. 3. Learn actively. When you find a mentor, actively seek out their knowledge, read their recommended books, take notes during your conversations, and implement their advice. Your network determines your net worth. The people you surround yourself with influence how you think about money, how you spend it, and how you save or invest it. By choosing mentors who reflect the financial habits and values you want for yourself, you essentially redefine what's normal for your finances. You internalize better habits and start to make decisions that naturally lead toward wealth building. Surrounding yourself with people who know how to grow wealth will elevate your financial IQ. You'll learn not just through their words but through observing their behavior. You'll start to internalize discipline, patience, and a value-driven approach to money. The quiet lessons you learn from them will become the foundation upon which you build your own wealth. Now that you understand how crucial it is to have the right mentors on your wealth-building journey, it's time to dive into one of the most fundamental rules of financial growth. Earn before you spend. In the next chapter, we'll explore how patience and foresight in spending can be the difference between struggling and thriving. Quote, "Beware of false knowledge, it is more dangerous than ignorance." George Bernard Shaw. Chapter 4. Earn before you spend. The Patience Formula. Patience is the secret ingredient behind every lasting fortune. We live in a world that glorifies instant gratification. Everything around us is designed to encourage spending now and paying later, from buy now, pay later services to credit cards that seem to promise unlimited freedom. The message is clear: why wait when you can have it now? But here's the truth that most people ignore: true wealth doesn't come from what you spend, it comes from what you don't spend. It's built on the foundation of patience, learning to earn before you spend, learning to live below your means, and investing the difference. The value of patience in wealth building. Picture two individuals, each with a steady, decent salary. The first person, eager to enjoy life now, spends their income the moment it hits their account, splurging on the latest tech, driving the newest car, and dining out regularly. The second individual takes a different approach. They live modestly, prioritize saving, and invest in their future. Rather than chasing fleeting luxuries, they wait until their investments have grown and can provide a reliable stream of income before upgrading their lifestyle. One indulges in the present, while the other is quietly building a future of lasting financial security. A decade later, the spender has accumulated debt, and their lifestyle is fragile, built on the shaky foundation of loans and credit. Meanwhile, the saver is financially independent, not because they earned more but because they understood the value of patience. Patience is an underappreciated skill in the realm of personal finance. It's about delaying gratification today so that you can enjoy real freedom tomorrow. When you earn before you spend, you're not just saving money, you're buying yourself peace of mind. You're ensuring that, when life happens, you have the resources to respond without stress or panic. It's a simple concept, but in practice, it's one of the hardest to master, because it runs counter to our culture's obsession with living in the moment. The psychological power of delayed gratification. To understand why patience matters so much, we need to explore the psychology behind money and gratification. Spending feels good, it gives us a sense of control and a rush of excitement. The act of buying something, especially when it's something we want rather than need, lights up the pleasure centers in our brain. This is why shopping, especially impulsive shopping, can be almost addictive. But there's another kind of satisfaction that comes from saving and investing. It's quieter, slower to build, but ultimately far more rewarding. It's the feeling of watching your bank balance grow, of knowing you have reserves to handle emergencies, and of seeing your investments begin to generate returns. This form of gratification is delayed, and therefore more challenging to appreciate at first. But once you do, it becomes addictive in its own right, the good kind of addiction, where every saved dollar adds to your sense of security and freedom. What does it really mean to earn before you spend? It means adopting a mindset where every dollar that comes in is valued not just for what it can buy today but for what it can create tomorrow. It means treating money like a resource that must be cultivated and grown, not something to be used up the moment it's earned. This doesn't mean living a life of deprivation, it means being intentional. It's about choosing your purchases carefully, focusing on what adds real value to your life, and resisting the temptation to upgrade, consume, and indulge just for the sake of it. When you earn before you spend, you're constantly looking at your income as a tool to generate more income. You think about how each dollar can be put to work, invested in a business, parked in a savings account, or used to acquire an asset that will appreciate. Consider the principle of paying yourself first. This is one of the most important habits you can develop in your wealth-building journey. It simply means that the moment you receive income, a percentage of it goes directly into savings or investments before anything else is paid. Rent, bills, groceries, all of these come after you have secured your future by saving a portion of what you've earned. By adopting this strategy, you're ensuring that wealth accumulation is a priority, not an afterthought. Practical steps to earn before you spend. 1. Set savings goals first. Decide on a percentage of your income that will go into savings before you even begin planning your expenses. Start small if you need to, but make it non-negotiable. 2. The 48-hour rule. Before making any non-essential purchase, give yourself 48 hours to think about it. Often you'll find that the impulse to buy fades, and what felt like a necessity turns out to be less important. 3. Automate your savings. One of the easiest ways to ensure you're saving before spending is to set up automatic transfers. As soon as your paycheck hits your account, have an automatic transfer move a portion to savings or investment accounts. This makes saving effortless and builds discipline into your routine. 4. Budget for wants but set limits. Allow yourself a budget for discretionary spending, but make sure it comes from what's left after saving, not before. This way, you still get to enjoy life without compromising your financial future. The long-term benefits of patience. The difference between those who thrive financially and those who struggle often comes down to one thing: the ability to think long-term. The person who spends every dollar they earn is thinking about today, about how they feel now, about what they want in this moment. The person who earns before they spend is thinking about 5, 10, 20 years down the line. They understand that financial independence is a marathon, not a sprint, and they're willing to go slowly to ensure they reach the finish line. When you practice patience with your finances, you're not just saving money, you're buying time. You're buying the freedom to take a year off if you want to travel, the ability to support a loved one in need, and the security that comes with knowing you can handle whatever life throws your way. Think about the stress that comes from living paycheck to paycheck. It's an exhausting cycle, where each month brings new bills, new worries, and new fears about whether you'll make it to the next payday. Now imagine that instead of spending every dollar, you saved and invested consistently. Over time, your money grows into something substantial, an emergency fund that keeps you secure, an investment portfolio that starts generating income for you. Imagine the freedom of not worrying when an unexpected expense arises. Imagine what it feels like to have choices, to be able to take risks, to live a life not dictated by financial constraints but shaped by your own desires. That's what earning before spending buys you: true freedom. Freedom from worry, freedom from dependence, and the freedom to shape your life on your own terms. Now that you understand the value of patience and the power of earning before spending, it's time to redefine how you think about money itself. In the next chapter, we'll explore why money is not an end in itself but a means to something greater, and how understanding this can change your entire approach to building wealth. Chapter 5. Money as a means, not an end. Money, at its core, is a tool. It's not a symbol of who you are, nor should it ever be the ultimate goal of your life. Yet, in a world where social status, self-worth, and even happiness are often measured by financial success, it's easy to get caught up in the illusion that money is the end game. The truth is, money is a means to freedom, opportunity, and the ability to focus on what truly matters to you. This chapter is about shifting your perspective on money, from seeing it as the goal to seeing it as a tool to achieve what's most important. It's about using wealth to live a life of meaning, where financial success serves you rather than becoming your master. Think about the ways in which money impacts your life. It allows you to make choices, to live in the house you want, to support your family, to explore your passions, and to have security. Money, when used wisely, becomes the foundation that supports your dreams, not the dream itself. Yet, many people lose sight of this and begin to chase money for its own sake. They equate having more with being more successful, more respected, more worthy. But money is only valuable to the extent that it serves your deeper needs, the need for connection, fulfillment, growth, and contribution. True wealth is not in possessing money but in using it to build experiences, relationships, and a sense of purpose. Consider the difference between two individuals. One is focused solely on accumulating wealth, constantly worried about their net worth, and making decisions based purely on financial gain. The other sees money as a way to enrich their life experiences, using it to explore new places, to invest in passions, and to share their success with others. While the first person might seem successful on paper, their life may be filled with stress and unfulfilled desires. The second person, meanwhile, finds joy in the freedom that their financial decisions provide. When you redefine your relationship with money, you redefine success. Success becomes not about the number in your bank account, but about the richness of your experiences and the depth of your contributions. Money is simply the tool that enables you to make those experiences happen, but it is not the ultimate measure of your value or your happiness. Imagine for a moment that your goal is not to die with the largest bank account, but to live with the fullest heart. What kind of financial decisions would you make differently? Would you spend more time with loved ones, invest in your personal growth, or perhaps pursue a passion that you've been putting off because it doesn't make money? By shifting your mindset, you free yourself from the anxiety of constantly needing more. You start focusing on using what you have to enhance the quality of your life, not just the quantity of your wealth. The freedom of understanding money's true role. One of the most liberating aspects of understanding that money is a means and not an end is that it helps you break free from comparison. The moment you stop measuring your success against others, how much they have, what they own, you start focusing on what genuinely brings you joy and fulfillment. When you see money as a tool for freedom, it becomes less about competition and more about creation. You also begin to make financial decisions that align with your values. Instead of buying the next status symbol, you might choose to invest in your children's education, take a long-desired trip, or contribute to a cause that's meaningful to you. This approach leads to a life that is not dictated by the relentless pursuit of wealth, but by deliberate choices that bring you happiness and fulfillment. Practical steps to shift your mindset. 1. Define what truly matters to you. Write down your top values and life goals. Is it family, creativity, learning, service, health? Once you identify what really matters, start thinking about how money can serve these goals rather than dominate them. 2. Set intentional financial goals. Shift from aiming to have more money to goals like save for a family trip, invest in a community project, or achieve financial independence to focus on a passion. This aligns your financial actions with your values. 3. Celebrate experiences over possessions. Instead of buying the latest gadget or upgrading your car, consider investing in experiences, memories that will last longer than material items. Experiences are often more fulfilling and provide a richer return on happiness. Let's say you receive an unexpected bonus at work. Instead of defaulting to the usual options, new car, expensive clothes, flashy electronics, you decide to use it as a means to grow and connect. You pay off some lingering debt, invest in a course that helps you develop a skill you've always wanted to learn, and use a portion to take your family on a memorable vacation. This simple shift changes the way you experience money. It's no longer about accumulating, it's about leveraging it to build the life you want. Money is what buys you time and experiences, not happiness. Think about the moments in your life that have brought you the most joy. Was it the day you bought a new phone, or was it the day you achieved something you worked hard for, the evening spent laughing with friends, or the week you explored someplace new and breathtaking? When money becomes a tool rather than a target, you start using it to create more of those moments, the kind that add depth and meaning to your life. The ultimate freedom that money can buy is the ability to spend your life pursuing what truly matters to you, not just surviving. It allows you to leave a positive impact, to grow personally, and to live each day with purpose. Now that you see money as a means and not the end itself, it's time to explore how financial freedom is the best form of security. In the next chapter, we'll uncover why financial independence not only protects you from life's uncertainties, but also empowers you to live a life that's truly yours, free from the chains of financial worry. Chapter 6. Financial Freedom, the Ultimate Security Blanket. Freedom is not just the absence of debt, it's the power of choice. Imagine waking up tomorrow without a single financial worry. You don't have to think about rent, mortgage payments, or credit card bills. You're free to spend your time as you please, working on projects you're passionate about, spending quality time with loved ones, or simply relaxing without stress. This isn't just a fantasy, it's the reality that financial freedom brings. It is the best security blanket you could ever have. When most people think of financial security, they think about having enough money to cover their bills and put a little aside for a rainy day. But true financial freedom goes beyond merely getting by. It means having enough assets and income streams to cover your needs indefinitely, without the reliance on a traditional job. It means being in a position where your money works for you, rather than you working for your money. Financial freedom doesn't mean being ultra-wealthy or never working again. It means having the flexibility to make choices that align with your values, rather than being forced into decisions based on financial necessity. When you're financially free, you decide how to spend your time. Whether that means continuing to work in a job you love, starting a passion project, or spending more time with family. This kind of security is more than just financial. It's psychological and emotional. It frees you from the anxiety of making ends meet, and it gives you a sense of control over your life. Knowing that you have enough resources to handle any curveballs life throws your way is a powerful feeling, one that brings immense peace of mind. How financial freedom changes everything. Think about the common pressures that come with a traditional job. Many people stay in jobs they dislike because they need the paycheck to survive. The idea of walking away isn't even an option because it would mean financial instability. This dependence on a single source of income, especially one that doesn't bring joy or fulfillment, is one of the biggest obstacles to true freedom. When you achieve financial independence, you have the power to change that dynamic. If your work situation becomes toxic, you can leave without worrying about paying next month's rent. If an opportunity arises to start your own business or take a year off to travel, you have the flexibility to say yes because your income doesn't depend on the hours you put in. Financial freedom turns what would have been life-altering risks into manageable choices. Take, for example, someone who's reached financial independence through careful saving and wise investing. They have passive income streams that pay their bills, such as rental income, dividends, or returns from other investments. This person doesn't wake up in a panic if they lose their job. Instead, they have options. They could look for another job they love, start a business, or even take time off without a drop in their quality of life. This is the kind of empowerment that comes from financial freedom. Reaching financial freedom doesn't require you to make millions overnight. It's about creating consistent habits and making deliberate choices. Here are key pathways that help you build towards true financial independence. 1. Reduce debt and control expenses. Debt is the single biggest obstacle to financial freedom. Start by aggressively paying off high-interest debts. Then, evaluate your spending, what expenses are essential, and which are simply draining your resources without much return. 2. Establish multiple income streams. One job can be a precarious foundation for a financial life. Begin creating multiple income sources, such as investments, rental properties, or even side hustles that can later become passive. Diversifying your income reduces your risk and increases your security. 3. Focus on investments. Invest in assets that generate cash flow, such as dividend-paying stocks, real estate, or a business. Over time, these income streams can replace the income from your job, allowing you to achieve financial independence. 4. Emergency fund and buffer. Create an emergency fund that covers at least 6 months of living expenses. This not only serves as a safety net for unforeseen circumstances, but also gives you confidence that you can handle surprises without financial stress. Imagine a life where money is no longer a constant concern. A life where financial choices are based on what you value, rather than what you can afford. This is the essence of financial freedom, security that comes not from having a massive fortune, but from having enough to live comfortably, to pursue what makes you happy, and to be resilient in the face of life's unexpected challenges. This emotional security is incredibly powerful. It allows you to approach opportunities with confidence. You can embrace calculated risks because you know that, no matter the outcome, your foundation is secure. You don't have to settle for a job you dislike, live in a place that doesn't fulfill you, or keep putting off your dreams for someday. Financial freedom means today is yours. Many people equate wealth with security, believing that the only way to feel secure is to have more. But financial freedom isn't about having the most, it's about having what you need to thrive. It's the difference between flourishing and struggling. You don't need endless sums of money to flourish. You need the right systems in place and a mindset that prioritizes independence over indulgence. Instead of constantly pursuing more income, think about how you can maximize what you already have. Financial independence allows you to prioritize what really matters, whether that's your health, your relationships, your passions, or your peace of mind. When your finances are taken care of, you're free to make life decisions from a place of abundance, not scarcity. Financial freedom starts with a deceptively simple concept: living below your means. It's about taking the difference between what you earn and what you spend, and putting it to work. This can be through investments that grow over time, or simply saving for future opportunities. Living below your means doesn't mean deprivation, it means being intentional with your spending, always ensuring that today's comfort doesn't come at the expense of tomorrow's security. Every time you resist unnecessary spending, you're buying yourself a bit more freedom. Every dollar saved and invested is a dollar that works for you, helping to buy your independence, your peace of mind, and ultimately your freedom. With financial freedom in view, let's explore why it's crucial to put money in its rightful place. In the next chapter, we'll discuss why money should never become your god, and how a healthy relationship with wealth keeps you focused on what truly matters in life. Quote, "Financial freedom is available to those who learn about it and work for it." Robert Kiyosaki. Chapter 7. Money is not your god, redefining wealth. Money should work for you, not rule you. We live in a world that idolizes billionaires and presents money as the ultimate solution to every problem. The underlying message is clear: accumulate wealth at all costs, and everything else will fall into place. However, this mindset can come with significant risks. When money becomes your primary focus, it starts to dictate your choices, your relationships, and even your sense of self-worth. In this chapter, we'll explore why money should never be your god, and how a balanced approach to wealth can help you build a more meaningful, fulfilling life. There is a fine line between using money as a tool to improve your life and letting it become the reason for every decision you make. When wealth becomes your primary focus, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters: your relationships, your health, your integrity, and your happiness. Consider the countless stories of people who chased wealth relentlessly only to find themselves lonely, unfulfilled, and disconnected. The pursuit of more status, more power, more validation, can create an empty void that no amount of money can fill. The irony is that the more people worship money, the more they compromise their values, their time, and even their mental health, often sacrificing everything that makes life worth living. The danger lies in letting money dictate the terms of your life. People who make money their god often make choices that compromise their ethics, damage relationships, or harm their health. They may push themselves to work long hours, neglecting their family and their well-being, all for the sake of an extra paycheck or promotion. They may take unethical shortcuts to achieve financial success, believing that the ends justify the means. Over time, these choices don't just erode personal happiness, they create a life that is hollow, devoid of genuine joy and fulfillment. So, what should money be if not the ultimate goal? The answer lies in understanding that money is merely a facilitator. It's a tool that allows you to create the life you want, but it should never be the central purpose of that life. True wealth is not measured by the number of zeros in your bank account, but by the richness of your experiences, the strength of your relationships, and the depth of your fulfillment. When you start to see money as a means rather than an end, you start making decisions differently. You prioritize the things that genuinely make you happy, spending time with family, pursuing passions, contributing to your community, over the things that simply give you a temporary sense of status or power. You begin to understand that wealth is not about accumulation, it's about creating opportunities for growth, connection, and positive impact. Achieving financial success is still a worthy goal, but it should be pursued with balance and perspective. When you view money as a tool, you can pursue financial success while maintaining your integrity, health, and relationships. This balanced approach allows you to enjoy the benefits of wealth, comfort, security, freedom, without letting it consume you. A balanced relationship with money means understanding its power without granting it undue influence over your life. Money can enhance your happiness if used to support meaningful experiences, reduce stress, and provide opportunities. It can create a life where you have more time for what matters most, but it should never become the core of your identity or the measure of your worth. Imagine having enough wealth to live comfortably, to take care of those you love, and to pursue the projects that ignite your passion. That's true financial success, not accumulating endlessly, but having the freedom to live a life that reflects your values and desires. Practical steps to avoid making money your god. 1. Define your true priorities. Write down the top 5 things that matter most to you, whether it's family, creativity, community, health, or personal growth. Every financial decision you make should be aligned with these priorities. If it doesn't contribute to what you value, reconsider whether it's worth pursuing. 2. Set boundaries between work and life. It's easy to let the pursuit of wealth take over your life, especially if it feels productive or rewarding. Set clear boundaries: time for work, time for rest, and time for those you love. This helps keep money in its rightful place as a means to an end, rather than the end itself. 3. Practice gratitude regularly. Gratitude is a powerful way to shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have. It's easy to get caught up in the never-ending chase for more, but taking time to appreciate your current blessings, health, relationships, a roof over your head, helps keep the pursuit of wealth in perspective. 4. Give back. One of the most effective ways to prevent money from taking over your life is to use it to help others. Generosity reminds you that wealth is not just about what you can get, but what you can give. It connects you with the deeper, more meaningful impact that money can have. Ask yourself this profound question: who am I without money? If money were taken away, what would be left? Would you still be happy with the life you've built? Would you still have meaningful connections, purpose, and peace of mind? The aim is to ensure that your sense of self-worth is not tied to your bank balance, that your identity is defined by who you are, your values, your actions, your relationships, not by the digits in your bank account. When you reach this point, money becomes something you use, not something that uses you. Think about some of the people you admire most in the world. Are they people with endless wealth but nothing else? Or are they individuals who have made a positive difference, who live with integrity and joy, who use their resources to uplift themselves and others? When you place money in its proper context, as a tool that supports a purpose-driven life, you find that real fulfillment comes from who you are, not just what you own. Reframing your relationship with wealth. Money is powerful, yes, but only to the extent that it is used for good. When you have control over your wealth, it can build a life that's rich in experiences, comfort, and freedom. But when money controls you, it leads to decisions driven by fear, greed, or a desire for validation. Letting go of the idea that money is the ultimate goal doesn't mean you shouldn't strive for financial success. It means you should be intentional about what that success looks like. It means striving for enough rather than endless accumulation. It means seeking freedom rather than status. It means creating a legacy not of material wealth but of positive influence, impact, and well-being. Now that you understand why money should never be the ultimate focus of your life, it's time to talk about how to make your wealth work for you. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to use your financial resources to build lasting income streams, create security, and let your money work harder than you do, ultimately setting the foundation for a sustainable, wealth-generating lifestyle. Quote, "Too many people spend money they earn to buy things they don't want, to impress people that they don't like." Will Rogers. Chapter 8. Money is an idol. Make your wealth work for you. Stop letting money sleep, make it work harder than you do. In the previous chapters, we explored financial discipline, the value of quiet wealth, and how not to let money define you. Now it's time to put your money to work. You've worked hard to earn it, you've learned to manage it wisely, and you understand that it is a means, not an end. The next step is to make your wealth grow, quietly and consistently, so that you can achieve financial freedom without constantly trading your time for money. This chapter is about creating passive income streams that provide security and growth. When you make money work for you, it transforms from simply being a medium of exchange into a powerful tool that generates more wealth. This is the essence of sustainable financial independence, using your capital to create more opportunities, more income, and ultimately more freedom. The concept of active versus passive income. Most people are familiar with active income, the money you earn from your job or business, where your time and effort directly equate to income. The problem with relying solely on active income is that there are only so many hours in a day. No matter how much you work, your earning capacity is limited by the time you can invest. Passive income is different. It involves money that you earn without actively working for it, once the initial effort is complete. The idea is simple. Instead of always working for money, you set your money up to work for you. This means that whether you're sleeping, traveling, or spending time with family, your money is quietly accumulating more wealth in the background. Think of passive income as planting a seed. You put in the effort to plant it, nurture it initially, but eventually it grows on its own, yielding fruits year after year. The beauty of passive income is that it is scalable. While your active income is tied to the hours you put in, your passive income can continue to grow, allowing you to reap rewards long after your initial work is done. Types of passive income to grow your wealth. There are numerous ways to create passive income, and you don't need to be a millionaire to get started. Here are some common methods that can help you build streams of income that grow with time. 1. Investing in dividend stocks. Stocks that pay dividends provide regular income in the form of cash distributions. By investing in solid companies that pay consistent dividends, you can create a steady flow of income that grows as you reinvest your earnings. 2. Real estate investments. Owning rental properties is one of the most common ways to generate passive income. While there is an upfront investment and some ongoing maintenance required, rental properties can provide consistent monthly income and appreciate in value over time. If managing properties isn't for you, real estate investment trusts (REITs) are an alternative that allows you to invest in real estate without the hassle of being a landlord. 3. Peer-to-peer lending. Platforms that allow you to lend money directly to individuals or small businesses offer another way to earn passive income. By lending money and earning interest, you can grow your wealth without significant involvement once the loan is in place. 4. Digital products and intellectual property. If you have expertise in a particular area, creating an ebook, online course, or even licensing intellectual property can provide recurring income. The upfront effort is significant, but once your product is out there, it can generate sales without constant input from you. 5. Bonds and fixed income investments. Bonds are lower risk and provide a predictable income stream in the form of interest payments. They're ideal for individuals who prefer less risk while still wanting to earn consistent returns. 6. Automated investment platforms. In today's world, many robo-advisors can manage your investments, allowing you to grow your wealth without needing to actively make investment decisions. Automated investing puts your money into diversified portfolios that grow over time based on your financial goals. The key to building passive income is to start early and leverage the power of compound growth. Compounding is essentially earning interest on interest. For example, when you invest in dividend-paying stocks, you can reinvest those dividends to buy more shares. Over time, these additional shares generate even more dividends, leading to exponential growth. The beauty of compound growth is that even small, regular investments can grow into substantial amounts given enough time. The earlier you start and the more consistently you invest, the more you benefit from compounding. It's about letting time and patience do the work, gradually building up to a level where your investments start to create significant returns with little ongoing effort from you. Putting your money to work. A practical plan. 1. Set clear investment goals. Identify how much passive income you want to generate, and by when. A clear goal helps you choose the right investment vehicles and stay focused on your strategy. 2. Start small, stay consistent. The biggest mistake is waiting until you have a large sum of money to invest. Start with what you have, even if it's a small amount. Consistent contributions over time add up, especially when the power of compounding is in play. 3. Diversify your income streams. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different types of passive income, stocks, real estate, bonds, and digital products. Diversification reduces your risk and increases the stability of your income streams. 4. Reinvest your earnings. For as long as you can, reinvest your passive income rather than spending it. This accelerates the growth of your investments and helps you reach financial independence sooner. Freedom without sacrifice. Imagine the freedom of waking up in the morning and knowing that whether you choose to work today or take a break, your financial health remains unaffected. This is what it means to have money working for you. It's not about accumulating wealth for the sake of luxury or status, it's about creating a life where you have the freedom to choose how you spend your time. When you build multiple streams of passive income, you aren't tied down by the constraints of a single job or the constant pressure to work just to make ends meet. You get to live life on your terms, pursuing your passions, taking care of your health, and spending time with the people who matter most. That is the real wealth that passive income brings, freedom without sacrifice. Throughout our journey, we've discussed making, multiplying, and managing your money quietly. True financial wisdom is about more than just accumulating wealth, it's about aligning your finances with your values, living intentionally, and building a life that offers both security and joy. When you understand how to let your money work for you, you gain more than just financial gains, you gain the most valuable asset of all time. You now have the tools to build a financial future that isn't dictated by fear, debt, or social pressure. By practicing discipline, maintaining privacy, focusing on freedom rather than status, and letting your money work harder than you do, you're on the path to achieving not just financial independence, but a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and peace. We've walked through the core principles of building wealth, from financial discipline to letting your money work for you. Now it's time to bring all these lessons together in our conclusion, one that will inspire you to take all the knowledge gained and make it the foundation of a truly prosperous and meaningful life. Final words. Quiet wealth, meaningful life. As your book architect, I want to leave you with this. The pursuit of wealth is ultimately a pursuit of freedom. But freedom isn't simply the absence of financial strain, it's the ability to live fully, with purpose, and on your terms. In building quiet wealth, we are not just amassing resources, we are crafting a life that reflects our deepest values, our truest ambitions, and our most heartfelt connections. Remember, wealth is not defined by the zeros in your bank account, but by the freedom it grants you to be generous, to be adventurous, and to be present in each moment. It's not about the noise of riches, but the stillness of a secure, empowered life. The path to true financial independence is one of patience, privacy, integrity, and intention. As you move forward, may you always use your wealth as a tool to grow, to uplift, and to inspire, quietly, powerfully, and purposefully. Now, it's time to take these lessons, turn them into action, and build not just wealth, but a life that speaks softly yet resonates loudly with meaning, fulfillment, and freedom. The next are entirely yours to craft. Go write your masterpiece. Take care and be well.